Okay, AP Econ, we are going to do a quick lesson here on how monetary and fiscal policy influence the foreign exchange market. Thankfully, monetary policy is consistent in its effect on the foreign exchange market. Let me quickly talk through this. Of course, you have expansionary and contractionary monetary policy. Let's start with expansionary first. If the chain of effects is that the Federal Reserve increases the money supply through buying bonds, lowering the reserve rate, lowering the discount rate, the interest rate is going to decrease, and that is going to make it a worse place to save money, so the demand for the dollar would drop and the dollar would depreciate. If the Federal Reserve increases the amount of money, and imagine those three graphs, they buy bonds through expansionary policy, interest rates go down, investment increases, but aggregate demand goes up. And you could say that aggregate demand is going to increase everybody's income, and we would buy more American stuff and more foreign stuff. So our demand for imported goods would go up. This is ultimately going to decrease or depreciate the value of the dollar. One other way to think of it is that we are supplying more dollars onto the global market. You like how I can draw with my mouse pad here. The last one, again, expansionary monetary policy is going to put more dollars into the world. Our price level is going to be higher, our stuff will be less competitive, so the demand for our currency would drop, right? We would also be supplying a lot more currency. Here's a graphic from another book that I like. I copied it for you guys here. The M over here is money supply. You can see the money supply goes up. Here, the interest rate drops. That's going to be a worse place to save. Dollar depreciates, exchange rate goes down. Y stands for income. Expansionary monetary policy, income goes up. We'd import more, we'd demand other people's currencies and supply ours. Exchange rate goes down. Our price level goes up, so we're less competitive. Nobody wants our currency because our stuff's expensive. It all depreciates the dollar, right? The really nice thing about this is it's all consistent. Money supply increases, expansionary monetary policy will depreciate the dollar. Reverse all the reasoning down here. You decrease the money supply through contractionary monetary policy, and the dollar will appreciate. Interest rates go up, better place to save. Incomes go down, we buy less abroad. Price level goes down, it's more competitive, people want to buy our stuff. So monetary policy, simple, straightforward. Here's one way I showed it, I think it was last year on the board. So I just took a picture of it because the kids seem to like this one. Money supply goes up, interest rate goes down, demand for US dollar down, net exports up, aggregate demand up. You can take a look at that if you want. Fiscal policy is a little messier, and of course it's because of the crowding out effect. What I wrote here, expansionary fiscal policy is going to drive up income in the price level, which would depreciate the dollar, but it also drives up the interest rate, which would appreciate the dollar. So notice the conflict. What will happen? Contractionary fiscal policy drives down income in the price level, which would appreciate the dollar. However, it also drives down the interest rate, so the dollar would depreciate. The net result is indeterminate. So check out this graphic. Expansionary fiscal policy pushes up the interest rate, that strengthens the dollar. Pushes up income and price level, those both weaken the dollar. What happens? We don't know. Contractionary fiscal policy, interest rates go down, nobody wants to save here, exchange rate drops, but incomes and price levels drop, which means we import less and our dollar's a better deal, so we're more competitive. Those push it up, and we don't know. So, AP, that's it on monetary and fiscal policy and its effect on the foreign exchange market.